When observed at a high frame rate, international cricket appears as a sequence of high-velocity physical interactions. Success is determined by the specific compression of a ball against a bat and the rigid geometry of the field. The rulebook demands extreme technical consistency. A match ball must weigh between exactly 155.9 and 163 grams, while the bat's dimensions are restricted to specific millimeter limits to ensure no player has an unregulated physical advantage. This data is interpreted by the Decision Review System, or DRS, a technology that uses high-speed cameras to judge leg-before-wicket dismissals. Leg before wicket is a rule where a batter is out if the ball strikes their body instead of the bat, provided it was on a trajectory to hit the stumps. The system maps the ball's flight through a defined pitching zone to see if the path would have intersected with the wicket zone. Even the pacing of the game is automated. An electronic countdown clock enforces a 60-second limit between overs, the sets of 6 pitches delivered by a bowler, ensuring that the transition from one phase of play to the next never stalls. At this level of play, the sport is a machine of objective measurements. The combination of physical laws and technological tracking is designed to eliminate human error from the results. The source for these rigid specifications is the official ICC playing conditions, but there is a startling anomaly on the very first page. Before reaching the geometric zones, the document opens with a purely philosophical section titled The Spirit of Cricket. This text asks players to prioritize respect and friendship over the raw drive to win. It explicitly instructs them to accept an umpire's decision and maintain self-discipline, even when the match conditions are difficult. It raises a central question. Why does a sport defined by objective data and millimeter-accurate sensors require a subjective moral code to function? The Spirit of Cricket establishes a baseline behavior for every participant. It requires that all players show active respect to their opponents and defer to the authority of the officials on the field. This goes beyond simple politeness. As seen in this batter's composure, the rules mandate a visible level of self-discipline. Players are expected to maintain this restraint, even when the technical tracking or match conditions go against their team. The text also lists specific social obligations. Players must congratulate the opposition on their successes and thank the umpires at the conclusion of every match, regardless of who won. The stated goal of these rules is to ensure that the sport's leadership and teamwork can bring together people from different nationalities and cultures. By placing this preamble at the very start of the document, the ICC makes these behaviors a legal requirement rather than just an optional tradition. The umpires are the absolute judges of the match. When an umpire makes a signal, their interpretation of the laws is the final word on the field. However, the rulebook distinguishes between judging the physics of the game and judging its ethics. It shifts the primary responsibility for maintaining the spirit of cricket onto the team captains. This holds the captain personally accountable for the conduct of their entire squad. From the moment of the coin toss, they are responsible for how their teammates treat the opposition and the officials. While the umpires manage the tracking data and the scoreboard, the captain is tasked with managing the team's temperament. They act as the living link between the cold rules and the human behavior on the field. If a player fails to meet these moral standards, the match triggers specific clauses for unfair play, leading to concrete penalties. Penalties apply to acts like damaging the pitch's protected area. When an umpire detects this, they award 5 penalty runs to the opposing side, turning a subjective violation of the spirit into a hard mathematical deficit. For Level 4 offenses, like physical contact or threats against an official, the umpire is empowered to entirely remove the player from the field. If a captain refuses to remove a player, a final failsafe activates. The match referee can immediately award the victory to the other side. This means a match governed by millimeter-accurate sensors can be decided solely by a referee's judgment of a team's conduct. This human element is essential given the World Cup scale. Millions of fans and intense national expectations create significant pressure. The tournament is a crucible where associate nations challenge established dynasties. These high-stakes matches generate emotion that data alone cannot manage. Because the competition brings together diverse nationalities and cultures, the preamble serves as a shared framework for cooperation. It provides the behavioral standards needed to keep the match moving under intense competitive stress. While perfect weights and tracking technology provide the sport's data, the preamble provides the human infrastructure required for the game to reach a conclusion.